What up, world? It's your boy, Sporty Black, checking in again, man. Shout out to all my dog fans out there, man. Today we talking about the top 10 Georgia wide receivers of all time. Now, this is my list. Now, y'all list might be a little different. This is my list. I took my time and came up with my list. It don't necessarily got nothing to do with stats, but more so impact and what they did for Georgia while they was at Georgia, right? So before I start with my top 10, let me give a couple honorable mentions. The first honorable mention will be Malcolm Mitchell, Chris Conley, Sean Bailey, and my homeboy Reggie Brown. All right, those are the honorable mentions. So the top 10 begins like at number 10, I got Lindsey Scott. Right now, Lindsey Scott, he played in the early 80s. He played on the national championship team in 1980 with Buck Bellew and Herschel Walker. Back then, they didn't throw the ball a ton, but when they threw the ball, 9 times out of 10, they threw it to Lindsey Scott. He had really good hands. He was real famous for the catch he made against Florida. It saved Georgia's national championship hopes when he caught the pass. Caught just a short pass and took it 80 yards for the win. So Lindsey Scott is at number 10. At number 9 is Mecole Hardman, right? I mean, it might be some receivers with better stats than Mecole, but Mecole was a dynamic player, very, very versatile, a great return guy, very shifty, good with running after the catch. Came in, raw talent, they put him at DB, and switched him to receiver, and he continued to get better and better, and then eventually went on to the NFL. He's still in the NFL, and had a decent career as a receiver and a punt returner, 3-time Super Bowl champion with the Chiefs. At number 8, I got Andre Hastings. He played with Eric Zaire in the early 90s before going to Pittsburgh in the NFL. But at Georgia, he was one of the first ones to make the number 1 for the receiver pop. So it's a lot of receivers in Georgia that carried on the tradition of wearing number 1, but he was one of the first ones. At number 7, we got Muhammad Massaquoi. Coming up out the state of North Carolina, he was Matthew Stafford's go-to receiver. He can run every route on the route tree, from being a possession receiver as well as taking the top off the defense. Very, very good hands, sure-handed. Muhammad Massaquoi. And ironically, later on, it was years ago, Muhammad Massaquoi, he ended up losing it. I think it one hand. I don't know if it was both, but I know for sure he lost one hand. With like a really weird skin disease or something like that. So I hate that for the man, but he was a great receiver at Georgia. At number 6, I got Fred Gibson, the pride of Waycross, Ware County. Fred Gibson, he's one of the receivers that he had a really high yard per catch statistic. Every time he catched the ball, he getting at least about 20 yards, man. He was sure-handed and he can run really well. Fred Gibson at number 6. At number 5, I got none other than Ladd McConkey. Right? Ladd McConkey, he had a great career, very sure-handed. He was a great return guy as well as a really great route runner, but also a really good run after the catch type of person. They put him on end arounds, reverses, and things of that nature. Just get the ball in his hand, he gonna make some things happen. And route running, oh my God, he's ridiculous. And a lot of people see that his rookie year in the NFL playing with the Chargers, he was one of their go-to receivers. Nobody couldn't guard, they couldn't check him. You know what I'm saying? So he's number 5. At number 4, I got George Pickens. I think this is one of the best talented wide receiver that came through Georgia. I don't think I ever seen him drop a pass. And then he got a highlight reel for catches from practice to the games. I think his best game was the bowl game when they played against Baylor. He had about 12 catches for almost 200 yards. I don't think he quite lived up to his full potential as a receiver due to injuries and a little off the field stuff. on the field stuff as well. You know, he got suspended for a couple games here and there. A lot of people say he was immature. You know, they had a lot of negative things to say about him, but I'm not here to judge. I was a really great wide receiver. He set the tone as far as the passion and the energy that Kirby looks for, and he played with it, and he was a willing blocker. He would block you. But if you throw it up, he going to get it. So George picking at number 4. Number 3, I got Terrence Edwards. Coming up out of Washington County. Now, Terrence Edwards, he rewrote the Georgia receiving books. He's the last Georgia receiver to catch for 1,000 yards in a season. Because now they spread it out a lot. But Terrence Edwards, a lot of people might have him as number 1 on their list. The only reason he's not number 1 on my list is because I remember him dropping that pass against Florida. 2002, I think it was Mark Richt's second year there. They had David Green quarterback. They had a really great team. They had a chance to go undefeated. They played against Florida. And that pass that he dropped against Florida, I'm talking about his perfect pass, he just dropped it. Wide open by himself. He would have caught that. I think they could have won the game, and they would have won on and been undefeated, right? And probably would have got a piece of the national championship. So that was the one loss. They went 13-1 that year. Not saying he cost them the game, but it was a really big drop that helped lose the game. So he's number 3 for me. Terrence Edwards. Great career at Georgia. At number 2, I got that boy Hines Ward, man. I almost put him at number 1 because he's definitely one of my favorite Georgia players of all time. Now, Hines Ward is unique to the fact where he played quarterback during his career at Georgia. He played running back during his career at Georgia, as well as wide receiver. He's the only player in Georgia history that threw for 1,000 yards in his career. He's rushed for 1,000 yards in his career, as well as caught over 1,000 yards in his career. So receiving, rushing, and passing over 1,000 yards in one career. So Hines Ward, he went on to the NFL and had a Hall of Fame worthy career with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I look for him to get a gold jacket here soon. And then my number 1 receiver, in my opinion, that came through Georgia, it was A.J. Green, man. A.J. Green was about the best thing I done seen come through Georgia. Some of the catches he made and just how dominant he was with just his ball control as far as when he going up, snatching, like, yeah, he coming down with that ball. He's another one that I never really seen drop a pass. You know, I don't think he lived up to his full potential as well, but when he got to the NFL, I think he had a Hall of Fame worthy career as well. I look for him to get a gold jacket for the career he had with the Cincinnati Bengals. He was a really great receiver, played the game the right way, a willing blocker, great route runner, and just physically, like, he was just, I think he was like 6'4", 200. He wasn't, you know, super big, but he wasn't small. He was just, I don't know, he was just like a prototypical wide receiver, and he was catching everything through his way, man. So for me, I got A.J. Green at number 1. So here's a quick recap. I got Lindsey Scott at 10, Miko Hardman at 9, Andre Hastings at 8, Muhammad Massaquoi at 7, Fred Gibson at 6, Lad McConkey at 5, Jordan Pickett at 4, Talon Everett at 3, Hines Ward at 2, A.J. Green at number 1. So what y'all think about my list, man? Y'all jump in the comment section and let me know what y'all think. If you disagree with my list, that's fine. Let me know who you think should be where. Also, feel free to put your list in the comment section. Who you think the top 10, and who do you think got left off the list, or who should get took off the list and replaced by somebody else? Y'all let me know. All comments are welcome. If you're new to the channel, hit that sub button, like and share the video on Sporty Black. I'm signing off. Grind off. Go. Go, dog.